I'm Marty Nemko. This is another of my short stories from the book I'm working on called Dark. This story is called My Name is Mordechai. I was an infant at the time. My parents and I arrived at Ellis Island, New York. There, the immigration clerk asked my parents what my name would be. They said, Mordechai. The clerk said, that might be difficult in the U.S. How about Morgan? My parents insisted on Mordechai. In the summer before my senior year in high school, my dad died, and my mom needed to get a job. We lived in Chicago, but the only decent-paying job she could get was as an assistant director at the Center for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, DEI, at St. Croix University in Minnesota. So I did my senior year at the nearby Midwood High School. My first morning there, I got my first exposure to what's often called Minnesota nice. Out in the yard before school, students nodded, smiled, and waved at me. Then a student came up to me and said, Hi, I haven't seen you before. My name's Chris. I said, I'm Mordechai. That's an interesting name. Jewish. Wow, you're the first Jew I've ever met. When I searched Google images, most of the pictures show Jews wearing long black suits and hats and have curls or sideburns. Those are extremists. 99% of Jews look like you and me. Well, maybe not the blonde hair. I think it's cool getting to talk with a Jew. Hey, lots of the images show Jews with coins, like gold coins. Why? And why did the Jews kill Jesus? Oh, and why is Israel an apartheid state? I was stunned at Google search's bias as well as his audacity. So much for Minnesota nice. I felt overwhelmed, literally vibrating, so I just mumbled, that's as false as that most Jews wear black suits and curly sideburns. I gotta go. Chris strode to a group of kids and whispered. Then they looked at me very differently, like at a zoo animal. From then on, they were Minnesota polite, but rarely talked with me, never invited me to a party. I asked my mother, Jews have contributed so much. I should be proud to be Jewish. Yet, when I go to college, should I change my name from Mordechai to Morse, like the code? That way Jewish kids hearing it might think it's Morris, and the other kids will think it's Morse. You're not just my mom, you're also a director at the university's Center for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. What do you think? She said, I'm not sure. In the end, in any event, that story is called My Name is Mordechai. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And I certainly would welcome your taking a look at my book on Amazon. It's a book of short stories called Soloists, Stories of Introverts and Outsiders Facing a Dilemma. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.